Captain Maria Santos stood in the center of the shuttle, her stern gaze sweeping over the nervous cadets. The ship shook violently as it entered Earth's atmosphere, and the rookies clung to their seats. "Welcome to hell, you greenhorns," Maria barked, her voice cutting through the roar of turbulence. "This planet will chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful. Stay sharp, or you're dead meat." Captain Maria Santos stood at the front of the shuttle, her gaze steely as the ship rocked violently through Earth's atmosphere. The trainees gripped their seats, eyes wide with fear. "Welcome to hell, you rookies," Maria shouted over the roar. "This planet will chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful. Stay sharp, or you're dead meat." The shuttle slammed onto the desert floor with a bone-jarring thud. As the doors hissed open, a wave of blistering heat hit the cadets, causing them to wince and shield their eyes from the glaring sun. Endless dunes stretched out before them, shimmering under the intense sunlight. "Out! Move it!" Maria ordered. The cadets stumbled out, adjusting their gear and blinking against the harsh light. An eager young alien cadet named Zevran stood out among them, his green skin already glistening with sweat. "Captain, is it true that everything here can kill you?" he asked, awe and trepidation evident in his voice. Maria fixed him with a stern look. "You'll find out soon enough. Just follow my lead and don't do anything stupid." As the group assembled, Maria addressed them. "This is your first challenge, desert survival. Find shelter and water, and watch out for the local wildlife. Some of it bites, some of it stings, and some of it just outright kills. Move out." The cadets trudged through the sand, struggling to keep up with Maria's relentless pace. Zevran lagged behind, his movements slow and unsteady. "Captain, how do humans survive in such conditions?" he panted. Maria handed him a water flask. "We adapt. You will too." As they continued, Maria demonstrated survival tactics, finding shade, conserving water, identifying edible plants. Zevran watched closely, absorbing every lesson despite the relentless heat. Hours passed, the sun baking the sand and draining their energy. Zevran stumbled, his legs buckling. Maria called a halt. "Everyone, take 5. Zevran, drink slowly. We've got a long way to go." Zevran nodded gratefully, sipping water. "I didn't think it would be this hard." Maria crouched beside him. "Survival isn't easy. It's about endurance, resourcefulness, and sometimes sheer stubbornness. You've got potential, but you need to push through." As night fell, the temperature plummeted. Maria led the group in setting up camp, teaching them to build shelters and start a fire. Around the crackling flames, she shared stories of her own training, the hardships she endured. Zevran listened intently. "Captain, why did you choose to train us?" Maria looked into the fire. "I believe in preparing the next generation. Earth's dangers can teach you resilience, strength, and the will to survive. You're here because you have potential. Don't waste it." The next morning, they continued their journey, facing new challenges with growing confidence. Zevran, inspired by Maria's words, pushed himself harder, determined to prove his worth. As they reached the edge of the desert, Maria called for a rest. "You've all done well. This was just the beginning. Tomorrow, we face the jungle. Prepare yourselves." Zevran, exhausted but resolute, nodded. Thank you, Captain. I won't let you down. Maria smiled, a rare warmth in her eyes. I know you won't. Rest up, cadet. The real tests are yet to come. The rising sun cast long shadows over the dunes as Captain Maria Santos roused the cadets. Up and at 'em. We've got a long day ahead, she barked. The desert's morning chill would soon give way to searing heat, and they needed to be prepared. Today, we focus on finding water and navigating this terrain, Maria announced. This desert won't be kind to you. Stay alert. The cadets nodded, determination etched on their faces. Zevran, still recovering from the previous day's ordeal, stepped forward with renewed resolve. Captain, what's the best way to find water here? Look for signs of life, Maria replied. Vegetation, animal tracks, and depressions in the landscape can lead you to water sources. The team set off, their eyes scanning the ground for clues. The heat was relentless, but they moved with purpose. Maria led them to a rocky outcrop where a small trickle of water seeped from a crack. Here, fill your flasks. This could be the difference between life and death. As they filled their flasks, a cadet named Rex noticed movement in the sand. Captain, what's that? Maria turned to see a scorpion the size of her hand. That, cadet, is a reminder to watch where you step. The desert is full of dangers, both seen and unseen. The day wore on, the heat becoming almost unbearable. The cadets persevered, their training kicking in as they navigated the treacherous terrain. They encountered venomous snakes, mirages that tested their mental fortitude, and sandstorms that reduced visibility to zero. During one particularly brutal sandstorm, Maria called for an emergency shelter. Dig in and cover your faces. Stay low and wait it out. Zevran struggled to keep the sand out of his eyes, but Maria's voice cut through the chaos. Stay calm, cadet. You've got this. The storm passed, leaving the cadets covered in sand but unbroken. Maria helped them to their feet, her pride evident. Well done. You handled that like pros. As night fell, the temperature dropped sharply. The cadets huddled around a fire, sharing their experiences and newfound respect for the desert. Maria sat with them, her tough exterior softened by the firelight. Captain, how did you become such an expert in survival? Zevran asked, his eyes filled with admiration. Maria smiled faintly. Years of training and a few near-death experiences. Earth is a harsh teacher, but the lessons stick. Zevran nodded, his determination growing. I want to learn everything you know. I want to be ready for anything. You will be, Maria assured him. You're already showing great promise. Just remember, survival isn't just about strength. It's about adaptability and staying calm under pressure. The cadets listened intently, their respect for Maria deepening. They realized that the desert was just the first of many challenges they would face. But with Maria's guidance, they felt prepared to take on whatever came next. The jungle's dense canopy loomed overhead, casting shadows on the forest floor. The air was thick with humidity, the scent of vegetation, and the buzz of insects filling the air. Captain Maria Santos led her cadets through the undergrowth, her eyes scanning for dangers. Welcome to the jungle, Maria said, her voice steady. This place is alive, and it's not all friendly. Stay close and pay attention. The cadets, already weary from their desert ordeal, followed her lead. Zevran marveled at the lush greenery, a stark contrast to the barren sands they had left behind. "Captain, what's our objective here?" "Survival, as always," Maria replied. "But here, you'll learn to navigate dense terrain, find food and water, and avoid predators. The jungle hides many dangers." As they moved deeper, Maria demonstrated how to identify edible plants and fruits. "This is a passion fruit, safe to eat. But stay away from anything with bright colors and unfamiliar shapes." They encountered various wildlife, from venomous snakes to territorial monkeys. One cadet, Leora, nearly stepped on a snake. Maria reacted swiftly, pulling her back. "Watch your step." The jungle doesn't give second chances. The humidity was oppressive, and the cadets struggled with the constant dampness and biting insects. Zevran, however, seemed to thrive, his alien physiology adapting quickly. He started to take the lead, guiding his peers through obstacles. "Nice work, Zevran," Maria acknowledged. "You're starting to get the hang of it." The jungle training culminated in a test of endurance, crossing a river filled with treacherous currents and hidden dangers. Maria showed them how to fashion a makeshift raft from bamboo and vines. Teamwork is crucial. "We cross together, and we survive together." The crossing was perilous, but the cadets worked in unison, their raft holding steady. On the other side, they collapsed in relief, their bond stronger for the shared challenge. "Excellent job, everyone," Maria praised. "You've proven you can handle the jungle." Next, we faced the Arctic. The transition to the Arctic biome was jarring. The cadets exchanged their jungle gear for insulated suits as they stepped into a world of ice and snow. The biting cold cut through them, and their breath formed clouds in the frigid air. "Stay close," Maria instructed. "The cold is your enemy here. We need to find shelter and build a fire quickly." They trudged through the snow, the landscape stark and unforgiving. Maria showed them how to build an igloo and start a fire with limited resources. In the Arctic, efficiency and conservation are key. The cadets faced challenges unique to the cold, frostbite, hypothermia, and the constant struggle to stay warm. Zevran's resilience shone through, his determination inspiring his peers. At night, huddled in their igloo, Zevran voiced his thoughts. "Captain, each environment teaches us something different. The desert taught us endurance, the jungle adaptability, and the Arctic efficiency. It's all about balance." Maria nodded, impressed. "Exactly, Zevran. Survival is multifaceted." "You're learning well." As the Arctic training concluded, the cadets had grown not only in skill, but in confidence. They were a unit ready to face any challenge Earth could throw at them. The heat of the volcanic region hit the cadets like a furnace blast, a stark contrast to the freezing Arctic. Molten lava snaked through the rocky terrain, and the ground rumbled beneath their feet. Captain Maria Santos led her cadets with a wary eye on the shifting landscape. "Welcome to the volcanic zone," Maria said. "This place is unpredictable and deadly. Stay alert and follow my lead." The cadets adjusted their heat-resistant suits, sweat already trickling down their faces. Zevran scanned the area, both fear and excitement in his eyes. "What's our objective here, Captain?" "Navigation and hazard avoidance," Maria replied. "This environment can change in an instant. You need to be quick and decisive. They moved carefully, avoiding lava flows and unstable ground. Maria demonstrated how to detect signs of impending eruptions and safe paths through the treacherous terrain. Listen to the ground. Feel for vibrations. It can save your life. As they progressed, the environment tested their physical and mental endurance, pushing them to their limits. One cadet, Rax, lagged behind, his fear evident. "Keep up, Rax," Maria urged. "We can't afford to lose anyone." The group faced multiple challenges, navigating around molten rock, avoiding sudden geysers of steam, and dealing with the constant threat of toxic fumes. Zevran's leadership qualities began to shine, helping his peers through the toughest parts. "Nice work, Zevran," Maria said. "You're becoming a real leader." However, not all was well within the group. Evidence of tampering with their equipment surfaced, causing tension to rise. Maria gathered the cadets, her expression serious. "We have a saboteur among us. Someone is putting us all at risk." The revelation caused an uproar, accusations flying. Tensions reached a boiling point until Maria stepped in. "Enough. We'll find out who did this, but right now, we need to stay focused and survive." As they continued, Maria kept a close watch on the cadets, looking for signs of the traitor. The saboteur struck again, causing a near-fatal incident when a critical piece of gear failed during a lava flow crossing. Quick thinking and teamwork saved the group, but the betrayal left them shaken. Maria gathered them in a safe zone, her tone stern. "Whoever is responsible, know this, you're endangering lives. This isn't a game." The cadets, united by the shared danger, pledged to support each other and root out the traitor. Tensions remained high, but their resolve was stronger. In a dramatic confrontation, the saboteur was revealed, Rax, motivated by jealousy and fear. Maria handled the situation with a firm hand, ensuring Rax faced the consequences of his actions. "We don't tolerate betrayal," she said. "Trust is crucial for survival. Let this be a lesson to all of you." The experience left the group more united and determined. They continued their training, mastering the volcanic terrain with renewed focus and strength. The sky darkened ominously as the cadets prepared for their final test, a massive storm. Captain Maria Santos gathered them at the edge of a vast plain, where the storm would soon unleash its fury. "This is it," Maria said. "The ultimate test of everything you've learned. Survival in the face of a natural disaster. Stay together, use your skills, and most importantly, trust each other." The cadets nodded, their faces a mix of determination and apprehension. Zevran felt a surge of adrenaline. "We're ready, Captain." The first gusts of wind hit, followed by torrential rain. The ground quickly turned to mud, making every step a struggle. Visibility dropped as the rain pounded down, and the roar of the storm drowned out all but the loudest shouts. "Stick together," Maria yelled over the cacophony. "Form a line and don't let go." The cadets linked arms, moving as a single unit through the driving rain and howling wind. Lightning split the sky, and thunder shook the ground beneath them. Zevran, at the head of the line, led the way with Maria by his side. "Captain, we need shelter," Zevran shouted, barely audible over the storm. "Keep moving." "There's a rock formation ahead," Maria replied, pointing through the deluge. They trudged forward, every step a battle against the elements. The rock formation loomed ahead, providing a semblance of cover. They huddled together, Maria assessing the situation. "This storm is brutal," she said, "but we've trained for this. We need to secure our position and wait it out." The cadets worked quickly, using their training to fortify their shelter against the wind and rain. Zevran took charge, directing the others and ensuring everyone was safe. "Keep it tight. Use the rocks as anchors," Zevran ordered, his voice strong despite the storm.